Okay. We have a few folks that are on Zoom with us right now. And hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Hey.
How
And
are you?
I'm good, thanks. Robin, you're on mute right now. I don't know if you can get yourself unmuted. And Stephanie, I think you're muted too.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We're gonna get started. Dr. Pfeiffer is still finishing up downstairs.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the folks that are in-house with us about the shake, which I know Stephanie you're familiar with. And then we're gonna head into the kitchen, but Kathy and Robin, I'm gonna actually take the laptop with, so you guys don't miss out on anything about what we're discussing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So welcome everybody. My name is Curry, and I know you've been getting emails and everything from me. I'll be the person that you're going to want to stay in contact with if you have any problems or questions at all throughout the cleanse. I will be on email on the weekends, so email me if you do have any problems. If I don't know the answer, I'll get in touch with Dr. Pfeiffer, and then he will email me back, or we'll give you a call to get any questions answered, okay? So I just wanted to go to the kit real quick that you guys got. So inside is the standard process booklet. Okay. Now, I just wanted to refer to page 46. This is what is called the shake recipe. This is what you folks are going to be making in the morning. Okay. So basically 46, sorry. 46. 46.
Talking about physical changes.
Is it 49? I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Yes.
49.
Yeah, 46 is.
Ah, then my book is different than yours. My book might be a little older than yours, guys. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, it is 49. Sorry. This is an older book then. So basically what you're going to be doing is using 1.5 cups of fresh fruit. Now, some of the fruits that you get frozen, some of them have like kale and stuff like that in it, and that's okay to use as well if that's something that you prefer. The only thing that's different in this one is we also add 1/2 banana to it just for a little bit of flavor. And then this is your flax oil, which is in your bag. So when you get home, this is the only thing that you need to refrigerate, okay? For whatever reason, it just stays better if you sit it on its side. And every time you get it out to use it, you want to shake it up really good before you use it as well, okay? And then the next thing is going to be your, this one over here, your now you have 2 canisters of that. And that's so that you continue doing the shakes and stuff like that after the program. But after you open that, when you start on Saturday, that'll go in the refrigerator as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to head into the kitchen and we're going to make the shake. I'll let you guys taste it as well. Okay. So if y'all want to come to the kitchen with me. No, you're good. Yeah, just your sample, your hands to sample. And if you guys just want to watch the screen there, because I just want to make sure they can hear. So anyway, the berries are already in here. The water's already in here. There's actually a whole banana in here, so I didn't waste it. And the flax oil's in here already. This is the SP Complete. There is there's a scooper inside, and you might have to dig for it, but it's there. And all you're gonna do is do 2 scoops of this. And with it. Now, as far as like the consistency goes, some people do use like more ice in it because they like it like colder. Or, you know, they put more water in it because they want it smoother. So you can mess around with it and see what, you know, you prefer. If you're somebody that's on the road kind of early for work, you can always make it the night ahead. You can always freeze it and you can, you know, have it in your refrigerator and you're ready to go too. Make sure your lid's on so you don't splatter anybody. As far as like the berries go, BJ's, Whole Foods, this is one packet I use, Weiss's. If you can do organic, great, you know, try to do your best with it. But BJ's and no, Whole Foods, BJ's and Costco's, they're gonna be the best bang for your buck because they're gonna have, you know, I don't want to make you twist and move. I know you're helping. This is from Wegmans. This is like a big bag of like blueberries. So especially since you and Chris are both going to be doing it, you're going to be going through a lot of fruit. Well, wait, right? You two together. You two. Oh,
We're the two
I was going to say.
I'm the neighbor on the side.
I was like, oh, boy,
I've known him 30 years.
All right. Now, the other thing is too, like we've had you can change it up too, like if you're gonna put cinnamon in it or something like that, just to change up the flavor. But you want to stay with your blueberries, your strawberries, and your raspberries. You don't want to get into like mango and stuff like that because that has the higher sugar content.
And the same with pineapple too, right?
You got it, right? Exactly. So we're trying to.
I usually freeze my bananas, which just makes it really nice and cold.
Yeah.
So how do you freeze them? Well, you peel your bananas and peel. So like if I buy extra and I see some, they're gonna go bad, I just peel them and wrap them in saran and put them in the freezer.
Oh, in a bag in saran wrap or just saran? Oh, okay. I like that rather than adding ice on them.
Sometimes, but
Depends how long they're in there, but it's still fine.
and that may be a, you know, good idea, you know, too, for variety. I haven't had
I've done that
any.
for a year.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. So that's basically the shake, and that's what you're gonna be having in the morning for your breakfast.
That's it. Go back.
Welcome to the Clintons. No, Dr. Fraser's gonna tell you too. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you're looking to lose some weight, he might tell you to cut out protein in the beginning. But like for somebody, you know, depending on what kind of work you do, he'll let you, you know, have the shake and maybe like some hard-boiled eggs or something like that. But he's gonna go over all that with you too. Okay. No, I mean, Dr. Pfeiffer, you know, he's running nonstop all the time. And, you know, if he's not, you know, eating, he's dragging you. Yeah, so he can do it, you can do it. He'll just give you guys some more ideas of what you can add in to help with that too. Okay. Any other questions about the sheet? No. Okay, so guys can head back to your seat. Yeah. Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
See,
Uh-huh.
when I first started coming here.
Okay.
But I was
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like an entry.
Yeah. Then it should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You should be fine with it. Yeah. No problem.
And I can use the class for years.
Mhm.
No one ever told me.
We just thought with this particular brand that we use and the way it
And
comes.
that's the same brand.
Oh, is it? Okay, because it comes in like this.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah. But we just, yeah, we just found that it works a little better for that.
Which is one that we refrigerate?
It's the canister. The big canister. Yeah, that's Be Complete. That's when you want to put in right away when you guys get home tonight, because it was actually refrigerated here in the office. Okay. Dr. Pfeiffer will tell you too, the book has a lot of good information in it. It does have like a lot of good recipes in it and things like that. But while you're doing the cleanse, you're going to follow his protocol. So don't get into the book too much as far as thinking, oh, I can have this, oh, I can have that. You want to stay with what Dr. Pfeiffer is doing. The only little tidbit I do want to show you is they do have that fold out in the back because your supplementation is going to change on day 8. And this is just like a handy, quick reference guide to that. So you have that, just so everybody's aware of that. We're ready for you.
Almost. Okay, so.
We already had the everything, and it's actually recording because I took it over so they could hear about the whole shake and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, so you have that on here.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. So this is these guys.
Yeah.
This is these guys.
Yeah.
And this is for,
This one. and
This one.
is-
cool, okay. So we got everything we need. We got everybody's weight.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's see what we can, and you're good with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move that just a little bit. Oh, this is fun. So it's challenging though, because I'm doing in-person people and I'm doing online people, and it's always a little difficult to kind of coordinate, but I'll do it. Okay, so we have most new people here in the office. And I think we have a couple, I don't know how many new people we got online. Let me look. Like 50-50. Hi, Steph.
Hey, Uncle Doug.
So we are going to be talking about your first ever cleanse. All of you got a copy of my book, so I want you to take a look at that, read it. There are 4, I guess, pillars of health that I talk about here, and we're going to go through each one of them in the cleanse. So they are that you need to eat right. That's the big one, right? We all think about, because what do you want to do? Some of you who are here, wait, you might as well say it, I know it's true. So we want to eat right. We want to move right, right? That's an important one. So exercise, your adjustments, everything that we do here. You want to think right. So I have a whole section we're going to cover on sleep, and on stress. I gave it away, the last pillar. But a whole section we're going to cover on stress and stress management, what stress does to your physiology, to your body. And then we have the sleep right section. Okay. And if you do those 4 pillars, you're going to be pretty healthy. You guys know, some of you who treat here know that we have 2 practices. We have our chiropractic practice. We have our nutrition practice upstairs, which I do one day. So we do different things in both practices, but we treat a lot of patients who have a lot of different conditions in this practice. And so we're going to talk about some of the things that we deal with up here relative to nutrition. Everything that you're going to be using in the course of the cleanse is a whole food supplement. Much of it is organic, but the supplements that we use are clean. And the whole idea with the cleanse is to clean your body. Okay, so our objectives are to get things out of your system that have accumulated there. And in the course of that, teach you how to eat the way your body is designed for you to eat. I call it a genetically congruent way of living your life, not just eating, but everything else that you're going to be doing in the course of the next 21 days. Now, we have got all of your weights. We're going to monitor those every week because weight is a component of what we're doing. But I want to emphasize that just because you're thin does not mean you're healthy. I can show you many, many people who are very thin and are not healthy. So our goal is to help you become more healthy. And in the process of that, a byproduct for many of you may be that you're going to lose some or much weight. You do have to remember that I don't want you to cheat and move ahead beyond the first week of the cleanse. We want to keep everything simple and understandable. So for those of you who are like the antsy ones that want to see what it's all about and have already read through what it's going to be like as you go through the next 21 days, just understand all I want you to do is worry about this week, and that's it. And that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to talk about a variety of different things also as we go through the cleanse. I'm going to talk to you about healthy fats and unhealthy fats. And I'm going to talk to you about dispelling the fallacy that fat is bad, because it's not, but bad fats are bad, okay? Poor fats are bad. I'm also going to talk to you about what good fats are. And I'm going to talk to you about why we have become so inflamed in our systems over a period of generations because of what we've been putting into our bodies. And that started about 125 years ago. And so we have multiple generations that have deteriorated over those 125 years based on what we've been putting in as a fuel source. So let's get started just talking about and understanding a little bit more of what the cleanse really is all about and what we're going to be doing over the next 21 days. Can you guys all see that, or do I have to move this? So, sorry, got out of the field there. First of all, I want you to understand what success in my world actually is. And success is, in any endeavor, just doesn't happen by accident. It happens as a result of deliberate decisions that you make. And you've made a deliberate decision to come back or to join us for the first time in the cleanse. And then we need a conscious effort and immense persistence. And I put the immense persistence part in there because it's going to be important for you over this first week to remember that what you're going through is the initial phase of cleaning house, of changing what you do internally by putting the right fuel source in and by doing the right things to change that system. So immense persistence is going to be my goal for you this week. And we're going to hold your hand through that. We will be in contact with you through that. Every day you will get emails from Standard Process. Now, I want you to understand that this is a program that I developed, and therefore we use Standard Process products because they're clean. But I'm like the Standard Process purification program on steroids, if I can use that, big pharma term, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be really putting screws down on you relative to what you're going to consume. They're much more lenient and flexible. They'll talk to you about eating beans and eating, certain foods that we discuss in the cleanse that I don't want you to eat right now. And the reason is because I'm going to get you there faster by doing it this way than I would if I allowed you to do those things. I want you to see significant results and change in a relatively short period of time. So all of these efforts are directed at specific goals. Now, you guys each have your own goals. As I said, some of you, those goals are going to be losing weight. That's your primary goal for doing this program. It's not my primary goal for teaching this program. That is a byproduct of the primary goals that I have for you. My goals are to clean house. My goals are to decrease inflammation in your body. Okay. My goals are to change you so that you're not dependent on pharmaceuticals. And many of you will find, those of you, and I do have some notes up here from some of you, as far as medications go, don't change anything. I'm not here to take your medications away or tell you not to take something that's been prescribed for you. I want to be real clear on that. However, if monitoring some of the things that you should monitor, we'll be monitoring your weight. If you take any type of a diabetic medication, for lack of a better term, okay, I want you to continue doing that, but I want you to monitor your blood sugar levels, because invariably with what we're going to be doing, your blood sugar levels will drop, because we're not going to be feeding you a lot of the grain-based carbohydrates that turn right into sugar as soon as you get them into your system. So I've had diabetic patients, I've had insulin-dependent diabetic patients who have gone through this program and started, as you will, on Saturday. And by Monday, actually, I've had them contacting us saying, my blood sugar is so low, it's never been this low, 82, 86. And I tell them, you have to contact your prescribing physician now and go see them tomorrow, because they're going to pull meds from you, because you don't need those medications. So bear that in mind as you go through this. If you are taking any of those medications, we're going to see drops in your blood pressure. So if you're taking, antihypertensive or blood pressure medications, understand if you start getting up out of a chair and you're a little dizzy for a second, your blood pressure is dropping too low. So it needs to be monitored. So if you take blood pressure medications and you do have a home monitoring kit, monitor it. If you don't, and you're here, just let us know. We can check it when you come in. But often the blood pressure will go down, and a sign of that oftentimes is that you get loopy when you stand up. Not all the time necessarily, but when you change position like that. So be cautious and aware of that. Someone noted that sometimes their blood sugar may go too low, like ordinarily, and they have to drink like orange juice or something to bring it back up. That's an indication that you're hypoglycemic or you have insulin resistance, and we'll talk about those in the course of the cleanse. But that may be a problem that will be corrected to some degree based on how we're going to be having you eat. And I'll talk to you about how I want you to eat in between times when you have regular meals too, okay, as we go through the cleanse. Okay, I got that one covered. I just want to make sure I cover all the questions that were raised by some of the information that you shared with me. Let's see. Cholesterol too. When you guys go have your, we'll talk to you a little bit about blood work tonight, or not tonight, in the course of the cleanse. But when you go to have your blood work done after the cleanse, I can almost guarantee you your cholesterol levels are going to go down. You're going to have a lot of change in the things that your primary care will be looking at in your blood work. So be aware of that and be ready for it. Okay, I think I covered everything on the questions, so let's move forward. So, excuse me. This is the cleanse program that I put together. It's a 3-week program. I call it a full system detoxification. And what I mean by that is You know, most people, when you say you're going through a detoxification program or a cleanse program, they think it's a bowel cleanse. They think you're just taking something to clean your bowel. That's not what this is. This is a full system cellular detoxification program. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing your physiology. We're going to be changing what is inside your body right now and cleaning it out. We're going to be doing that through your GI tract, not through your urinary tract, because that's an easier way to do it for your system. And it's also going to be a way that we can not only get things out of your cells that are stored, like recognize that any impurities that you have in your body they cannot get rid of, it's going to stick somewhere. Oftentimes it will stick it in fat cells. Well, I just told you that you're going to be losing weight. Guess what that means? Fat cells have a little portal in them that you have fat cells all the time. Okay. Even when you lose weight, those fat cells are still there. They just excrete the adipose, the fatty material in them. So you still have the fat cells. So if you eat wrong after the cleanse, they'll fill up with fat again. But when you excrete the fat, you excrete toxins too. So those toxins will go into your system. What we want to do is get them out of your body. Okay, so we don't want to just get things out of the cells. We want to get those things out of your body. And we'll be doing that through what we're going to be talking about. Now, our goals in the program. Our goal is to change your lifestyle. And I don't mean just how you eat. I mean your lifestyle. I want to change the way you think about things. I want to change the way you move. And I want to change your sleep patterns. And we'll do that by eating, thinking, moving, and sleeping right, the way your body is genetically designed for you to do that. The journey will change your life forever. I always say when we teach you something, you can't unlearn it, okay? It's always there. So the information that we give to you, even for those of you who are coming back, we have people coming back to the cleanse that have done it before. But it's because, not that they don't know, it's just that external forces, life, whatever, causes them to divert a little bit off the path. I do this cleanse every 6 months with the class that we're teaching. Every 6 months, I will be doing exactly what you're doing. I'm going to be taking the same supplements along with the supplements I already take. I'll be eating the way you do, all of it. Now, I do it not because I need to lose weight. I do it because I get toxic too. As I said, for those of you who came to our cleanse preview, I just breathe the air that we breathe, okay? I use clean products on my skin, but you know, things get in, so I want them to get out again. And that's why I do it with you. Now, don't worry about losing weight. You'll find it exactly where you lost it. And my point with that is, you have to recognize that that's a poor way to lose weight. The guy on the right didn't do it the right way. I mean, there are a lot of ways you can lose weight. If you go out there and look, I mean, there's Jenny Craig, there's Nutrisystem, there's all this stuff that can cause you to lose weight. It does not cause you to become healthier. You're not healthier doing that stuff. Because if you look what's in a lot of the, I call it cat food, the food they send you in the mail, it's junk. It's processed junk. And we're going to talk about that today. You were designed to eat things that cluck, that swim, that grow on trees, that you pull out of the ground. That's what you were designed to eat. You were not designed to eat things that are made in a factory using chemicals and then stored in a plastic bag that you open to eat. That's not what you were designed to eat. So ideally, yes, we should be eating things that, now, do we all do that? Will we be able to do that? No. But when you eat the things that are packaged, I want you to eat things that are better for you than other things that are packaged. So we're going to talk about that too. At the end of the program, we're going to talk about foods that I want you to eat that are not what we're going to be eating for the next 3 weeks, but things that are better choices for you relative to foods that are out there in the Weiss or Giant or where at Pathmark, wherever you're shopping. Now, toxicity is another issue. And we had you to, I think you already filled out toxicity questionnaires, yes? Okay. So we're going to redo those at the end of the cleanse. Those toxicity questionnaires are objective assessments for us as to what your toxic level is right now. And you'll be amazed. Some of you are way up there, some of you are lower, but at the end of the cleanse, we're going to have you redo those toxicity questionnaires. And what we'll find is that the ones at the end are going to be much better than the ones at the beginning. And we're going to send you a letter, an email with that information on it. So we're going to tell you where you were in the beginning, where you are at the end. We'll do that with your weight as well. Now, we use what's called a metabolic assessment form. And a metabolic assessment form has a number of different questions on it that give me information about different organs, glands, and tissues in your body. So we're going to have you do that for us as well. And we'll do it again at the end of the cleanse. This is a tool that helps me determine where you may have some deficiencies yet that can be compensated for as well. Okay. Questions so far from anyone? All good? Okay. We don't have cable anymore. So the guys here can't see what I just put up for everybody else. So I hang tight for a minute. Okay. I don't know why it's not doing it.
I think what's happening is that somebody's. So I know absolutely enough about this to be dangerous.
Okay. So.
Give us a second. Let's try this again.
Doesn't want slide 8. Where it's supposed to be. For some reason it's not. Okay. So hang on. You guys hang in there a second. I'll be right back with you. I made it bigger. Doesn't really help us. Just keep doing the same thing, so that's not helping. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go extreme on it now. Try blocking out of the whole thing. Okay, bingo. All right, let's try this. Got that. Now, let's see if I'm gonna blow through these to where we're supposed to be. I kind of did it. Okay, save the day. So we're starting cleanse on Saturday. Yes, we are starting cleanse on Saturday, okay. And as I already have the presentation online. Okay, you guys are good. Thank you. All right, thank you, Kath. So the reference guide that you got from Standard Process is going to have information in it that we're not going to do. So I don't want you to get confused. They'll have recipes in there. They'll be sending recipes to you periodically in the emails that they send. They're not necessarily things that we're going to talk about here or that I want you to do. So I want you to stick with what I'm telling you. And if you get conflicting information from Standard Process, just put it aside. And if you need to, email us, call us, let me know, and I'll just clarify for you. Okay. They do have support on their website for other things. They got a FAQ thing and they got all kinds of information there. So if you really want to delve, like some of them you I know will, you can go on their website. It gives you a bunch of stuff and there are videos and all kinds of stuff, but please just don't get confused because I'm going to be telling you some things that may conflict what they're telling. Oh, went the wrong way, sorry. Okay. If you need anything, email us. Curry will be monitoring emails even on the weekends. She will forward them to me or text me so that, you know, I'm in the loop and I can get back to her or back to you. Okay. So, or if it's during the week, call. Or if you're running by and you have a question or you're not sure about something, stop in. So communication is going to be really important for you, especially in this first week, because I want you to feel comfortable with everything you're doing. And I don't want you to have any questions at all about what you're doing. Okay. So if there's a question, it needs to be answered. Don't just say, oh, well, I'll be all right. I'll ask them next week. No, get it to us. Okay. So you have the email address in your packet of materials and you guys have it in your emails that we sent to you. We're here to give you support through the whole process. Okay. Okay, so remember, what you eat privately, you wear in public, okay? So don't try to cheat. We'll know that you're cheating. Okay. So let's focus on this first. This is an important one because you have to understand what you're going to be doing. So we're going to be using a supplement called SP Complete. SP Complete is a whole food supplement that contains a lot of amino acids. Now, amino acids are building blocks to protein. You're going to hear me refer to protein quite a bit as we go through the cleanse. It's an important substance to be in your body because your body makes virtually everything from protein. Okay, so amino acids are broken down from the protein you can consume. So if you eat a steak or you eat fish or chicken, that's protein, right? But it's made up of amino acids, which are contained in your SP Complete. And those amino acids are used to manufacture all sorts of stuff in your body, okay? Hormones, all kinds of things. So there are essential fatty acids. We talked about that a little bit. We're going to talk more about it. And you have information in your packet that we sent to you today about omega-3 fats. That's a form of essential fatty acid, okay? And it's a very important one because it's an omega-3 and not an omega-6. And we're going to talk about the difference between those two when we go through your good fat, bad fat section of the cleanse. There are other vitamins in here, but this will assist us with the detoxification process too. You have 2 canisters of this in your bag of goodies. we give you more than you need for the cleanse simply because we want you to continue doing this after the cleanse. This is my breakfast every day. This is what I consume. Now, you saw how the shake was made. You guys saw it online too. And I want you to understand a couple things. I do not use a banana when I make my shake anymore. My shake consists of spinach, some berries, my flax oil. I put my fish oil right in there, so I get my omega-3s in there. And I usually put some ice cubes in, and then I'll use one of our green food drinks. So this is greens first. We have a chocolate form. There's a vanilla form. They're all low carbohydrate, high phytonutrient supplements. So this is something that we have here in the office that you can use in between meals. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's also something I just throw in my shake because it gives me more nutrients and it gives me more energy to get through my morning. So that's all I have in the morning. Okay. But yes.
Do you use water or do you use like almond milk?
Nope, just water, just water. And that's really all you need in your shake. It's water. You don't have to put any fancy schmancy stuff, okay? Because all it's going to do is going to give you more calories and potentially more sugar, okay? I went ahead on these guys. You're also going to take a supplement called SP Cleanse, which is in your packet of materials. Too green, sorry. SP Cleanse, you're going to use for the first week only. It contains, again, whole food constituents and botanicals. It assists in kidney, liver, intestinal, and I'm going to go beyond that, cellular detox, and supports the lymphatic system, which I call the garbage disposal system of your body. That's how your body gets rid of things. Like when you have a bacterial or viral infection, it'll kill stuff and it sends it through the lymphatic system. So you're going to be taking this for the first week. We'll talk about how in just a minute. You're also going to be taking GastroFiber. GastroFiber is a whole food fiber supplement. So this is going to help cleanse things out of your system through your bowel. Okay. Questions so far on anything? Anyone? Online or with us? Kathy does. Go ahead, unmute, Kathy.
Yeah, so is this gonna hurt our stomach?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what your stuff. No, it's
No, I just worry about, the change and is
right,
it just
the fiber. Yeah.
yeah.
So here's, I want you to understand a couple things. Nobody in the cleanse this time told me they have Crohn's disease or celiac or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I have had individuals come through this program who have Crohn's and celiac. And the only thing I did was modify the type of vegetables or the way they were going to consume their vegetables, because they can't eat the fiber that we eat in this program, but they can eat fiber that's been broken down a little bit already. So they would steam or saute all their vegetables. They would not eat anything raw. Okay. So if you do have concerns about anything like that, Kath, you can steam or saute the vegetables rather than eating them totally raw. Okay. And it will help break them down more, break the fiber down more before you consume it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now
if that happens, we can just actually email you and say, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going through. What?
Exactly. That's the key. If you have any issues like that, you just email or call, and Curry will be the intermediary, and she'll let me know what's going on, and I'll just either call you or have her tell you what to do. But
Okay.
we'll get you through any challenges, Kath. I'll tell you that. Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
all right. Thank you, Kath. So
Thanks.
moving right along, the supplements themselves and what we're going to be using supplement wise. Oh, wrong. Okay. The first one you're going to be using is your SP Complete Shake, which you understand now because you just saw that. They're going to be using that and doing a shake in the morning for sure. However, you can do more than one shake if you need to. If you feel hungry in the evening or afternoon, you can do another shake. What I will tell you though, if you want to lose weight, do not put a whole banana in every shake. If you want to lose weight and you're just doing one shake, just put a half a banana in. If you want to lose weight and you're doing more than one shake, if you're doing 2 or 3, use a third of a banana. Just cut it down because the bananas do have a high glycemic index. They have a higher glycemic index, and we'll talk about that in the cleanse, what that means. But they're going to be converted to sugar faster in your system than will the berries that you're going to be using. Okay, so that's why we use berries in the shake as well. The SP cleanse, you're going to be taking the SP cleanse at a level of 7 capsules 3 times a day. 7 capsules 3 times a day. Now, I have had patients who have said to me, or individuals going through the cleanse who have said to me, you know, I can't take all those. And so I said, well, just open them up and stick them in your shake. Okay. They can change the flavor a little bit. Okay. Because there's a little licorice in the cleanse, but just put them in your shake. And that way you get at least 1 or 2 of those helpings of 7 into your shake. So you're doing 21 capsules every day. Okay. All right. As far as your gastrofiber, it's a little more lenient with that. So the gastrofiber, you're going to be taking 3 capsules 3 times a day. So the fiber supplement, you're going to take much less than you will the cleanse supplement in the first week. Okay. All right. Any questions about the supplements so far? All good? All right, moving right along. What should you eat? Well, I said earlier, you're going to be eating food, not product, but food. So let's look at some of the whole foods as raw as possible, unless you have digestive issues. Then you can steam or saute your vegetables. But the raw vegetables have a lot more enzymes and phytonutrients that haven't been degraded by cooking. So raw is good. Try to eat some organic foods, and we're going to have a whole discussion about organics, but organic foods are cleaner. There's just no question about that. They're also more expensive. And right now, you know what's going on with food. The prices are like nuts, right? And everything else, but food in particular. So if you want to be clean, try to do some organic fruits, vegetables, you know, foods in general. The berries that you used were organic. Where do we get them? We get them at BJ's because you can get a gigantic, and I'm sure they have it at Costco and Sam's Club. You get a gigantic container of organic berries as opposed to the little tiny ones you get in the supermarket for about the same price. It's close. Breakfast. So your breakfast will be a shake. Okay, and as I said, that's enough for me. It's not going to be enough for some of you. So if you're still hungry, eat some eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein and they will carry you through. But you're going to eat the eggs just as eggs. Okay, you're not going to have bacon with nitrites in it. No scrapple, because we don't even know what that is. And, and you guys have no idea, some of you, what we're even talking about when we say scrapple. But when you cook your eggs, if you're going to fry eggs, let's say, use coconut oil to fry them in, not vegetable oil. We're not going to be using vegetable oil, okay? Or olive oil. Olive oil is best used if you're going to use it cold or room temperature, not to heat it, because it has a flash point. It will burn at a much lower temperature than coconut oil. And coconut oil at room temperature is like it's like viscous. It's thick. And you know, if it gets cold, it's solid. But when you heat it, it melts real rapidly, but it does not degrade or break down as quickly as olive oil would with the heat. Good so far. Breakfast, lunch, big giant salad. Now, you may not all be able to access that. Okay, so some of you may go out to eat for lunch, right? So what do you do when you go out to eat for? Well, you get a salad, right? But do they always have the kind of salad that you should eat? Maybe not. And this is what we're going to talk about as we go through the cleanse, because it's important for you to remember when you get through the cleanse that your job is to do the best you can. Okay, you make the best choices that you can with what's available. So salad is good. The more colors in your salad, the better, because the nutrients in the salad are based oftentimes on the color of the vegetable that's in the salad. So there are carotenoids in carrots, and that's what vitamin A is. So when they originally named vitamins, they oftentimes did it based on the colors of vegetables that they found them in. So just varying the colors that you use and the types of vegetables you put into your salad is important. Can you put fish or chicken on it? Yeah, but if you want to lose weight, don't eat that. Eat just a vegetable-based salad, because you'll lose a lot more weight. And I'll talk about that in a minute, because there are going to be some of you that's your goal. If your goal is just to lose, I want to lose weight in this program, you are not going to eat meat for 10 days. You're just going to eat vegetables and some fruit. Yeah, you can do it.
What can you put in that?
Dressings. Okay, so I think I've got it here, but let me just, no, I don't. So, sorry guys, I'm backing you up. A good, like, I don't want to say light, because light means something else. A oil-based salad dressing that has, the best thing would be something that has a lot of herbs in it. And herbs can be anything from garlic to parsley to, how like a good Italian dressing will actually sink, all the stuff sinks out of it, and you have to shake it up. And the oils you want to see in that salad dressing are olive oil primarily. You don't want a bunch of, canola oil as an example. You don't want to use that, okay? You want to use an olive oil-based dressing, and you can make them yourselves. I think we may even have some recipes. If you go on our website, upchiropractic.com, we have a recipe tab, and there are a bunch of recipes, and I'm sure I know we've got salad dressing recipes on there. So sure, you can use that. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, that's fine too. So a balsamic type salad dressing is the best. So if you go out, that's what you want to use. Fish or chicken, you could use on that as well. Now, what about dinner? Well, dinner is going to be either another salad or you can eat a serving of meat. Now, what is a serving of meat? It is the size of the palm of your hand and the width of the palm of your hand. I see you twiddling your thumbs. Hang in there, because I'm built like you. I understand. You won't starve, trust me. If you want to lose a bunch of weight, don't. But I'm just saying, for dinner, you could. You guys are going to have vegetables in a salad or cooked vegetables. So that's the size of your meat serving. 2 to 3 servings of steamed or sauteed vegetables. So the whole gig with, your dinner has to be a meat, a vegetable, which sometimes was corn, when we were growing up, which isn't a vegetable, okay, FYI. And a carbohydrate, a rice or potatoes or something. That's like, I don't know, somebody's mother made that up, and every other mother that talked to her, they did it too. And that's how that spread. Right? We grew up that way, all of us. But that's not the way you're supposed to eat. You eat meat and 2 or 3 different vegetables. You make it variety pack, sauteed or steamed, and that's what you eat. Now, what vegetables? You don't want to use corn. It's not a vegetable. Okay? Sweet potatoes. Look, somebody like you could eat a sweet potato, but somebody who wants to lose weight is not going to. Okay, so the majority of you who want to lose weight, I'd say, no, you're not going to eat a sweet potato. But this is where we have to have some variation, okay? Because not everybody's 100% the same. Although I'm giving you guidelines, we have to maybe modify them a little bit for some of you. So you can eat spinach. Now, I'll tell you right now, my mom, when I was a kid, trying to give us spinach, and we would never eat it. And, you know, one time she was in the supermarket, there was a guy standing behind her and he said, "You buying spinach for the kids? Do they eat it?" And she said, "Not really." And he said, "Well, let me tell you how you can get them to eat it." Now there are, like, how do I say this? Clean bouillon cubes. Like bouillon cubes are just salt with a flavor in it, right? Like chicken or beef, but they make them that are cleaner. If you read what's in a regular, you go into a supermarket, get a bouillon cube, it's got all kinds of junk, but they make clean ones. So anyway, he said, take a bouillon cube, put it in the spinach when you cook it, and then beat an egg and mix it in the spinach. It sounds weird, but when we were kids, it tasted pretty good. So we ate it. So, I mean, there are tricks you can use to make things. And what I want you to do is take your food and create some variety in what you're eating. Spices will do that. And every spice you use is going to be an anti-inflammatory for your system. Garlic, onions, I don't care if it's parsley. You know the biggies like turmeric. Okay, that's a strong anti-inflammatory, right? And there are ways you can use that to spruce up things like cauliflower. You know, you can take cauliflower, cut it into florets, put it on a baking sheet. Now, I'm going to go counter to what I just told you, but I want you to understand why. With that, you can drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it and then put a little garlic powder. You can put some cumin on it. You can put, you know, spruce it up, whatever tastes good to you, and put it in the oven and bake it. And what will happen with that little bit of olive oil on there and those herbs, the powdered herbs, it kind of caramelizes on top of the cauliflower florets, and they're really good.
So we don't have to watch our fat.
Well,
I
yes.
mean, meaning like the oils.
No, oils, you're gonna, as long as they're clean oils, we're okay with that. Okay. Now, obviously, there are going to be some of you, if anybody's got a gallbladder problem or something, you have to watch the quantity of fat you're taking in. But certainly you can eat good omega-3s or omega-9s like an olive oil, and you're going to be fine with that. Okay. So that's going to be your dinner. Now, as we said before, if you want to lose a lot of weight, you stay away from the meat for 10 days. Okay, and then you need to let me know about that too. If you choose not to eat meat for 10 days, let me know. So you can have, as I said earlier, 1 to 2 more shakes throughout the day, which somebody like you will have to do, right? And I will too. The other thing you can do is you can have the chocolate greens first or the greens first. These do not taste like, you know, the standard green food drink tastes like, you know, something they pulled out of the dumpster and ground up, and, you know, it's old used vegetables that they ground up and put into a powder. This tastes pretty good. Actually, this is sweetened with stevia, so it's almost too sweet for me. And you may find it the same thing. But the chocolate one, it gives you a treat, you know, and it could be something that you can have in the afternoon. You know, just to, so we're converting to a better form of, you know, maybe what you've been doing. Eat frequently. This is important for you to remember, especially those of you who have any type of a glycemic issue, hypoglycemia, insulin resistance, any of those kind of things. You want to eat frequently, meaning you want to have your shake, and then maybe about 10 o'clock, you've got to have some hard-boiled eggs, a couple of them. You know, it all depends on you. And if we need to, kind of modify that or standardize it for you in particular, we'll do that. But you've got to eat in between potentially, especially if you have any of those health concerns. Okay. We don't want you starting to get shaky because you don't have enough, your blood sugar level's gone down too low. All right. Snacks can be vegetables or some fruits. What kind of fruits? Primarily berries. Okay. Low glycemic foods, and we'll talk about the glycemic index. Alternative foods, as I said already, greens first. Oh, wait, I'm good on you guys. Greens first, and that'll kind of get you going through the day. You'll have enough food if you eat frequently. You will not get hungry if you eat frequently. Protein is going to be your go-to because it's going to carry you longer. Okay, protein. So here's how it works in your system. Your body will break down carbohydrates very rapidly, turn them into sugars fast. It's very efficient for your body to do that, so it likes to do it. If you take the grain-based carbohydrates away, then the next source that it'll use is protein. It's a little more difficult for your body to break down the protein, so it takes a little longer, but it'll last longer because of that. The last thing it wants to use is fat. So if you have nothing else to use, it'll use fat. And this is important for those of you who want to lose weight, because your body will use your fat if it doesn't have enough protein. And that's why I say for the first 10 days, if you don't want to eat meat and lose more weight, that's how it works. Your body's going to start using your own fat as fuel. And that's why you burn it up. Okay, questions from anyone? We're good. Okay, let's move forward. So, whoop, I went too far forward. Yes. Right. Well, you could, sure. You could have but you're not going to have a big giant salad, right? You're going to have a smaller salad at dinner. If you're going to do a salad and some vegetables and some meat, let's say, you're going to just use a smaller salad. That's all. But the salad I'm talking about, like for lunch, is like a salad bowl size salad. I mean, it's a big salad. So you have enough. I don't want you eating just a little tiny, dinner salad like they would have in a restaurant or something. I want you eating a bigger salad. Is that, you good? Okay. So if we look at the antioxidants contained in blueberries, they will actually, those substances, those phytonutrients, will actually turn on certain genes. So we will talk about epigenetics. Epigenetics is that, what that means is that if you do the right things for your body, you will turn on certain genes and turn off other genes. Okay, you can flip the switch and make those things happen if you do the right things. So the anti-inflammatory effects on the body of blueberries use the same pathway as the pharmaceutical drugs Vioxx and Celebrex, and they have no hazardous effects. I mean, Vioxx was taken off and Celebrex were both taken off the market because they were causing cardiovascular events in people. Multiple studies have demonstrated that the polyphenol-rich foods like blueberries have a positive effect on relaxing arteries. So it will actually decrease your blood pressure as well. And beneficial effects on the linings of the arteries. Now, I want to just diverge here for a minute because I have been doing so much reading and studying and trying to find facts about this whole COVID vaccine and the coronavirus or COVID itself. It's very difficult to find facts, fact-based reference journal articles about this. However, I found a number of them that I'm in the process of reading. And when we talk about relaxation of the arteries, one thing that you have to recognize is this virus has a predilection for the lining of the arteries in your body. This thing is real, okay? Let's agree to that. It also will be more virulent in some people than others. So I don't know how many of you have heard the thing about the O positive blood type being more, those people being more resistant to this, right? Well, I heard that too. And I'm like, I don't understand why that would be. Well, I found 2 referenced research studies that have been published recently that explain why. And this is what they say. Going back to the turning genes on and turning genes off. You have a specific gene that kind of predetermines what your blood type is going to be. That gene has a tandem gene. It has another gene that always runs in tandem with it that determines the efficacy or how strong your immune system is going to be. So when you have the O-type blood, O-positive blood, you have an increased immunity to everything. Doesn't matter what it is. And so there is truth to a lot of things that we're hearing. It's just that we have to ferret and kind of tease out that truth based on some of the research studies that are being done. And I will bring some of this to you as we go through the next 21 days, because I think it's important for us to make some sense out of what's going on right now. We just talked about what's happening with the inflation and food costs. I mean, I have a brother who lives in California. He said, you know how much they're paying for gas in LA? I said, no. He said, $6 for regular, a gallon. I mean, it's nuts. So we have to try and make some sense out of this. And understanding some of these things will help you to make more sense out of what's going to happen in your body as you do the right things. And I think that's really important for us to come away with from this program. So UCLA Medical Research, this one I love. They did a study and found that men and women between the ages of 50 and 74 who consumed 3.7, so let's say 4 half cups, 2 cups of broccoli a week, were able to reduce the potential that they would develop colorectal cancer by 50%, 50. Cut it in half just by taking in 2 cups of broccoli a week. That's easy to do. Easy to do. Why would that be? Well, what is broccoli? It's what we call a cruciferous vegetable, just like cauliflower is. But it contains sulfur. That's what cruciferous vegetables contain. Sulfur does have an anti-cancer effect on the body, and you're pushing that through your bowel. So to me, that's part of the reason. I don't have any research to prove that, okay? But according to this study, statistically, that's what happens. So another motivation for you to remember that you're supposed to eat stuff that grows on trees, you pick out of the garden, underground, fishes, you know, swims in, all that kind of stuff. Okay, if you experience any problems, this is like the 50th time I've said this to you. Just remember, call, email, let us know. And the reason I say that to you guys is this. I have never had anyone come through this program that has not been successful in going through the program. Now, that's because of communication. Okay, I told you I've had insulin-dependent diabetics go through this program on 40 units of insulin twice a day and 2 oral diabetes medications. By the end of the program, they were off the orals and took 10 units of insulin as needed. So I know it's going to change your body and your life. I know it, but we have to communicate. That's the individual who called me on day 2, 3 of the cleanse. Yes, sir.
So once you get past 3 weeks, how do you sustain it?
That's what we're going to talk about in the last class.
Okay.
He's jumping in.
He is, just like somebody else I know.
I did.
You didn't ask.
I do better.
You didn't do it, for real. Oh, you surprised me.
There is ways.
There is, as long as you can do what you need to do, right? Right. So, you know, Rosie's been through the program. She knows. You're gonna waver. Okay? You're gonna waver. Look, when I go out to dinner with people, they are amazed because I don't eat dessert. I do what I tell you. Okay? For dessert, what will I have? I'll have a cup of tea with lemon. Okay? And we're going to talk about that too, because I want you eating clean. I want you eating good quality tea. Tea is something that can be loaded with herbicides. Okay? So I want you to be able to get clean stuff. But I also want you to understand that after this is over, a lot of it is going to be up to you. Now, I'm going to give you good choices. I'm going to bring in a bunch of foods and we're going to talk about them. Okay, we're going to talk about reading labels. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. But I will teach you, but I won't be there holding your hand the whole time. So, you know, we fall off the wagon, right? Get back on the wagon and don't feel like, oh, I'm a failure. I can't do this. No, you screwed up. Okay. So you go back and you do it right next time. That's all. The next day you say, I'm going to have my shake and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Okay. All right. Now, don't worry about losing weight. Didn't we talk about this? If can I do that already? Why didn't you do that? Any problems? Any problems? Okay. Why is that coming up again? I have it twice. You're finding exactly where it was. Oh, okay. So there you go. Eat your apple, not your Whopper or whatever that thing is. Because that's what it does to you. Why do we deposit fat here? And it's so difficult to lose. Stress is one of the reasons. Cortisol levels will cause you to deposit fat periabdominally from the thighs up to the chest. It's just the way you're designed. Oh, you guys aren't seeing it. Wait a minute. You're ahead of us. Hang on. Whoa, way ahead of us. Okay. I keep pushing the wrong button. Sorry, guys. So what about next week? Don't worry about next week. Okay, let's focus on this week. So what you're going to do this week is this. You're going to go to the supermarket and you're going to get lots of vegetables, some frozen berries. You're going to get some coconut oil if you don't have it, some good quality olive oil, maybe some balsamic vinegar, and you're going to make your own salad dressing if you choose to. Look at the labels. Do not buy salad dressing with canola oil or vegetable oil in it. Look for something with olive oil in it. You're going to get some spices. If you don't have spices in home, get some garlic, get some onions. Get things that you wouldn't normally eat too. Okay, get some okra or whatever, you know, just get foods that you wouldn't normally have in your refrigerator or pantry. We're staying away from grain-based foods. We're also staying away from alcoholic beverages. Turns right into sugar, okay, in your system. No alcohol for the next 21 days. Some of you are starting to shake already. Coffee. No coffee. So those of you who did not heed the warning and stop earlier, do it now. And if you have headaches for 2 or 3 days, it's because you are dependent on it, on that caffeine. Okay. When do people need caffeine and sugar the most? Dr. Pepper told you 10, 2, and 4. Those are your lag times. 10 a.m., 2 p.m. mainly, and 4 p.m. sometimes. If you look at an old Dr. Pepper bottle, on the front, there's a circle and it has 10, 2, and 4.
And not that I don't think so.
Right, but
Husband does.
the old ones, go online and check it out. And Dr. Pepper was a real guy. He was a smart guy too, because he recognized that cortisol levels will drop at certain points throughout the day, and people will need something to get them going. And that's why they drink coffee, soda, stuff like that at those hours. Okay, so let's get started. We'll be your support and we will assist you and you will succeed. We'll change your lives forever. Guaranteed, you will never be the same. We're changing this right now. You'll be okay. We'll get you through it. Have a great evening. See you next week. Live long and prosper. And no more questions. We're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Dr. Pfeiffer, I have a question.
All right, just 1 second, Kath. I got one here and I'll repeat it to you so you know what it is.
I
Okay, so the question was, if you're hungry in the afternoon, could you have an apple? An apple's okay. I'm trying to keep you away from any other fruit than berries. But it's not the worst thing in the world for you to do. Okay, so what we're trying to do is control blood sugar levels, control inflammation, bring it down. Okay, and control glycemic index of the food you're consuming. So it's not horrible. Eat a little one. There are apples all over right now. I know that. Yeah. But if you can avoid it, avoid it. Now, Kath, did you hear that? Everybody got that one. So Kath, what do you got? I can't tell if you're talking. Are you talking? There you go. Go
It was
ahead.
Rob that wanted to ask a question. I'm good.
Okay. What else we got? Question.
I started weaning off coffee and started drinking hot lemon water. Is that okay?
Yep, that's perfect. So lemon, lemon is an acidic food, right? So when you take it in, it's acidic. What happens in your system, it's converted into more of an alkaline substance. So it's good, Rob, to do that. And it will give you, and again, we're trying to create variety and alternatives. So can you drink green tea? Yes, I want you to drink green tea because there are tons of research studies about the benefits of drinking green tea in a variety of different ways. But you want to use clean tea, right? So I think Weiss may have it. I'm sure a lot of the supermarkets have it. Giant has it. There's a company called Prince of Peace that makes big containers of green tea. It's relatively inexpensive compared to buying the little organic, and it's organic, but buying the little ones like Celestial or whoever makes them, these things are like $4 and $5 and you get 20 tea bags. This thing is like 150 tea bags and it's like $7 or $8. So, you're definitely better with the bigger quantity. It's organic and it's green tea. Now, I prefer to get the jasmine green tea because it has a little more flavor to it, but they have other types. You can also use an organic mint tea or a mint green tea. They make that too. So, change it up. But if you need a hot liquid, like Robin's saying, she's using the hot warm water with a lemon in it, that's fine. But if you want to use something else, you could get one of these as a substitute, okay, for your coffee. So good point, Rob. Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute. We got one back and one front. Sure. Do you mean like squeeze a lemon or do you mean like real lemon or something like that? Yeah, real lemon or one of those. Just look at it and see what else is in it. There might be a little like ascorbic acid they put in. So, no, that is what lemon is. They may put something else in there to kind of preserve it or something, but try to keep it as clean as you can.
Can you use stevia in your water?
If you want it something sweet. Now, again, I want to emphasize, I'm trying to get you away from sweet. I don't want you to want sweet. Okay, I don't want you to crave sweet. And if you're substituting stevia for regular sugar, well, that's a good alternative. And it doesn't have the same effect on your blood sugar level, but it's still giving you sweet. So you're not getting away from tasting vegetables and tasting. I want you to taste the flavor in things. Okay. Did I answer or no?
Well, you mentioned coffee.
Yeah, that would be your green tea. No, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about that at the end of the cleanse.
Okay.
No, because it's still, I mean, it'll be a decaffeinated form, but even decaffeinated coffee has caffeine, just a lower percentage. So I want to get you totally away from coffee. And then those of you who want to go back to it, I'll give you an alternative, a better form. Let's call it that. Okay. And Kath,
The green tea, it's got to be decaffeinated as well. So
not
no,
necessarily, because the caffeine, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
no, that's fine. I thought we have to go completely without caffeine.
Well, the difference between caffeine in tea and caffeine in coffee is that they affect you differently.
Okay.
So caffeine in green tea, as an example, isn't going to like juice you up. Like some people have to have that coffee in the morning just to kickstart them and get them going. It's not going to do that like coffee will.
Okay.
So you won't get that like adrenal rush from the caffeine in tea, green tea, that you would from the caffeine in coffee.
Okay. So that the caffeinated green tea is okay.
You're fine with that. Don't worry about decaffeinated green tea.
All right. Good.
Thanks, Kath. Did anybody else have a question online? I thought there was another one, but maybe not. Okay, we're all cool. Any questions here?
What about radishes?
Hang on, it's tough. It's hard. Radishes are good. You can have radishes later. No, Steph, I just got a question in the back. What about before 8 or 9 o'clock at night? As soon as that question was asked, you said, what about radishes? So radishes would be good at 8 or 9, right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's hard because we can't all hear what's going on with everybody.
Sorry about that.
No, but to answer your question, Steph, radishes are fine, and don't worry about it. You interject anytime, because that was perfect timing. So have radishes at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and don't worry about it. No, you can actually do one of these at night, okay, as a drink. Do the chocolate, it makes you feel like you're getting something special. You could have some more hard-boiled eggs. You could have another half a shake. You know, I mean, there's food you can eat. It's not that I don't want you to eat food. And I know you, like me, you need fuel to keep going. So make sure that you're eating enough. You could have a hunk of chicken or something protein-wise to get you through the night. No nuts, no nuts. And simply because, so the reason I keep you away from nuts and nut butters is because they have very high caloric quantity. They're loaded with energy, and they have a high fat content. So I'm trying to keep you away from fat too. Okay. So nuts are, and I do the same thing. You and I eat the same way. So I eat nuts to keep me going. You know, I always have a container of them in the car. And if I'm like leaving the office like I will tonight at 8:30 and I haven't eaten anything since lunchtime, I'll grab a handful of nuts and throw them in my mouth, you know, as I drive home. I won't do that during the cleanse, though. Okay. So I want to keep you guys away from nuts and nut butters. So go home and hard boil a bunch of eggs, because I know you're going to be eating. And you can put salt on them. You sea salt or what do you call it? The other stuff that you get out of the ground. What is it called? Pink, but Himalayan, that's it. All right, any other questions online? Did we cover them all? Kathy's got another question. Go ahead, Kath.
Sorry about that. No,
Don't be sorry.
too oil.
Don't be sorry about asking a question, number one. And number two, my physics professor in college said, there are no stupid questions. So don't ever forget that. No stupid questions. Go ahead, Kath.
Well, I got 2 fish oil tablets connected to my paperwork for
Yes,
this.
you did.
Did everybody?
Everybody did. And you know why? Because I got mine. I've been holding them the whole time, so they're nice and warm. I put these in there for you guys because I want you to understand. Fish oil should not taste like fish. Just like the fish that you eat if it smells and tastes fishy, usually not good, right? But clean fish is going to taste, you don't smell that fishy, stinky smell. Same thing with fish oil. So the fish oil we use, Kath, comes in two forms. We have a liquid and we have the capsules. Now, I prefer the liquid because 1 teaspoon of this is equivalent to 6 of these. And 1 teaspoon is the recommended dose because it has the highest concentration of EPA, DHA, which are the effective, and I'll be talking about this again, the effective components of the omega-3s. And I don't want to take 6 of these. If I travel, I would take these rather than this, because this has to be refrigerated once you open it.
We don't have that.
No, but the good point, you have 2 of these capsules, right? So Kathy, if you're adventurous, which I think you are, just judging from you, I think you're adventurous. So if you're adventurous, you could join me in taking your capsule, which we have chickens out here probably who won't do it, and put it in your mouth.
Okay, yes.
All right, put it in your mouth and bite it. If you want to, yeah, everybody grab it, do it.
Okay.
What does it taste like, Kath?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, it tastes like a gummy bear.
Tastes like gummy bears. I like that one. It's got a little lemony flavor to it. So what they do with this fish oil, I started using this probably 15 years ago, this particular brand. Because so you have some reading material that I want you to read through about fish oil. The fish oil that's described here was, I think this is the one I read. Triple molecular, no, this is about this fish oil. So this is distilled fish oil. Why do they distill it? To remove impurities. Fish bioaccumulate all kinds of junk. We'll talk about this as we go along. Certain fish are much more toxic than other fish. Tuna as one. Okay, and that's why if you go to your obstetrician when you're pregnant, the obstetrician typically will say, don't eat tuna fish more than once a week. Why? Because it contains mercury. Okay, they get that out of here. They also use small fish. They use herring and sardines to make this, not big fish like salmon. Why? Herring and sardines have a much shorter lifespan, shorter time frame in which to bioaccumulate garbage like mercury and PCBs. So they're cleaner fish to begin with. And then they infuse this with some antioxidants and a lemon flavor. So it tastes kind of lemony. Now, the reason, look, I'm not up here giving you a big, like at a carnival trying to sell you things. I just want you to understand, if you're going to use things like that, use good quality. Any supplement that you consume, I will tell you right now, if I look at the back of, as an example, magnesium tablets. Magnesium oxide is the cheapest form of magnesium you can get. So you get buy one, get 16 free. I'll guarantee you it's magnesium oxide because it's cheap. But a better quality of magnesium, like we use magnesium lactate, but they're gluconate, there are all kinds of different types of magnesium that are more absorbable into your system. So, and then the way the supplement is constructed or made, I've taken x-rays on patients and there's like an oblong thing in their gut. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Do you take supplements? Yeah, I take Centrum Silver or whatever. Well, it's compressed so much, it can't even break down in your system. So, you have to be careful. So good quality is important. Having said that, I'm just going to go through the materials that you guys have in your packets. So you have information about the omega-3s that we use. You also have information, let me just take this off. And you have our card, which has our number on it and our email address and our website. So go there if you have questions or need us. Okay, so is your fish oil safe? This is the one, I think this is the one I wrote. I don't know. There was one I had written years ago about a lawsuit because people were using fish oil that they bought someplace. I don't know, Costco, Walmart. I don't want to give bad name to anybody. It was somebody, and it was loaded with mercury. It was from China, I believe. And these people got mercury toxicity. And so there's a big class action lawsuit. This sheet talks about why we want to purify, why you want to clean your system. If you want to refresh on what I discussed with you tonight, this one is a good one, and we'll talk more about this later. This is why you want to use the proper cooking materials, like, you know, not what's nonstick cookware, what's the best nonstick cookware to use, things of that nature. So take some time and read through some of these things and understand how you can be cleaner. And the organization that this comes from, EWG, that's the Environmental Working Group. And I want you to go on their website and nose around a little, because they have some really good information there, not only about foods and substances, but things you put on your body too, how toxic they can be. Like I have patients who come into my chiropractic practice, and I literally almost, one patient, one time, I almost threw up because of the perfume that they had or whatever they had on. You know, you use deodorant soaps. Someone who is, and you'll find this as you go through the cleanse, when you clean house, stuff like that is going to be much more pungent to you. Okay, I can smell fabric softener on people's clothing, and I'm not like sniffing their clothes, you know. I'm like 3-4 feet away from them, and I can smell it. When I touch them, to palpate them, I can feel it on my fingers. They don't feel it. A story about that. I had a patient years ago came in, and he took his shirt off, and he had this big red mark, like almost like a rectangle on his arm. And I said, "What the heck is that?" And he said, "You know, I didn't know that was there." But he said, "When I took my shirt off or put it on or something." No, when he took it off, when he got home. Yeah. So he had changed his clothes before he came in. He worked, you know, and out doing something. He was dirty. He came in. So he had already changed his shirt. He said, "When I took my shirt off when I got home, a fabric softener sheet fell out of it. It was in his shirt, on his skin, and it burned his skin." These are the things that we're using, and we don't even realize what it's doing to our bodies. So go on their website. It's very interesting. You guys already did your purification agreement. Now, this order form, I put this in your packing of materials every single week. So I'm going to talk about things like the fish oil. If you choose to use our fish oil, we give you a discount on it if you order it while you're going through the cleanse. So if you want to use wherever I put it, this one. Yeah, if you want to use that, that's on there, the greens first. Another thing that I didn't discuss, and this is important for my buddy in the back. This is called Whey Pro. This is a whey protein. So I put this in my shake every morning. So I put the SP Complete in, I put a scoop of my chocolate greens first, and I put 2 scoops of Whey Pro. This is protein. Now we have a dairy-free one. This is made out of dairy, but we have a dairy-free one for those who want to be vegan or want to stay away from dairy. This will carry you through longer. Literally, when I have my shake, I can go through the whole morning, and I don't finish up till 1-2 o'clock, and I'm not hungry because I put this in there too. So that's on your sheet as well. I don't know what I did with your sheet, but it's on the sheet as well. So if you want to use a little extra protein, feel free to do that. I've got videos on there that I've done over the years on different subjects, including stress, which I think is a really good one, because it helps you understand it. We'll go through it in the program, but it's a good primer and refresher too. Now, I think I covered everything I needed to tonight. You're going to have questions. Please just let us know. Hard boil some eggs when you get home. And you guys know, you probably know better than I do, but I learned this through people who have gone through the cleanse. Hard boil your eggs, dump the hot water, start running cold water, and load the thing with ice. If you do that, you'll be able to peel them like nothing. Okay? You have to get them cold real fast after you put the, after you take them out of the boiling water. Okay. Any other questions? We got everybody covered. Okay. I think we're good with everybody online, and we're good with everybody here, except for Linda, which is fine. Okay. So, you know, I've had people who have come to the cleanse and had to miss our first class. Well, it's recorded, so we could send it to them, but they couldn't start the first few days or whatever. So we just set it back for them a little bit, that's all, okay? But one day is not a big deal, okay? All right, any other questions? We're good? We're good? We're good, all right. The dairy free? No problem. Yeah, the SP Complete you're good with. Now, you don't have whey. You don't have whey. You just have 2 SP Completes, remember? So if you want to use the whey, let Curry know. Listen, when you guys online, just if you have something you want here, I think you got this online. You can just copy the form, check it off, send it back to us in an email, or just call us and say, I want ABCD, and we'll get it to you. You guys here, if there's something you want tonight, check it off, leave it on the desk as you leave, and Curry will get it for you tomorrow. And if there's something you want next week, these will be in there every week. So, you know, no big deal. Just let us know. All right, we're good. We're good. Everybody good?
Good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Let us know if you need anything at all. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Be good, guys. It's going to be good. Just take your time. If you have any questions, you call or email. That's all. Steph,
Okay.
I'll see you next week, okay?
Bye, Uncle Doug. Good night.
Good night, honey. Take care. Yes, these are the. Those come back. That's going to be your way of telling us how you did for the first week. Okay, so great. You had a wonderful time. You loved everything. That's all. That'll pretty much cover it. Yeah, I know you will. Probably before. You're gonna do fine. You know it. Yes. It could be 4, and I said 6. I could have, well, I'll tell you right away. Hang on. No. Hang on. This will tell us. Serving something. You're right. It's 4. I lied to everybody. It's 4. I think I'm all right. I tried it, you know, every now and then. Oh, yeah. What are you doing? You're scheming over there.
Thanksgiving, what do you do?
You eat the turkey. Green beans, no stuff.
No gravy.
No. Right.
Really? Even on Thanksgiving?
I'm extreme now. I'm extreme. So I had another professor, another doctor who was teaching us in this wellness certification program And he said, why? If you're 80%, you're good. I usually don't tell you that. But I try to be 100%, you know? Because I can't stand up here in front of you guys.
Right.
Say this if I'm not doing it, you know? Hypocrite.
Guys, good? Have a great night. Safe travels. Thank you. Take care. See you guys. Oh, just leave it on the desk out there. Okay. Yeah, on the laptop. That's good. What are you thinking? Oh. Just checking. All right, you take care of yourself, Mark. You're gonna do great. Just, you've been doing the exercise. I know you do. I know you do. There are
But I
tidbits.
also do other.
Right, right. And for these
I
21,
drink wine.
right, and for these 21 days,
Yeah.
you're not. That's all. You know, it's good,
I
girl.
did it before. I did.
So I know you can do it.
I know I can.
I'm glad you're doing it. No, you definitely don't. I'll see you shortly too. All right, you take care. Do your best. I think you're doing pretty well considering. All right, we got that.